What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to California Reloaded. It's a beautiful Monday. I'm glad it's over. I'm home from work. Just thought I'd give you guys my feedback on my trip to the range this weekend. I know I just kind of got done with my first phase of my load development series. I'm probably going to fire a second phase of it off just because I really want to get this rifle dialed in. For those of you guys who watched my development series, basically I said I was going to shoot 3 rounds. I was going to do one round where I did, a group of 3 for each bullet, and then I would do another round, and then I would do another round. Man, I was at the fucking range for 3 hours yesterday, and all I could do was like 2 rounds. And my other round, I got to look for my card. I don't know. It may have fallen in my Jeep. I can't really find it. It's not in my range bag, but I came home from work. I cracked open a beer, and I just decided to kind of look at this one. I could tell by just this one alone. Obviously, I have some work to do. I'm on the right track with the LRX 127. 1.83. That's a very respectable group right there. This was my third one, so obviously my barrel was hot. What I should have done, I try to take a shot, let the barrel cool, take a shot, let the barrel cool, but I was also fighting wind yesterday, so maybe I didn't let my barrel cool as much as I should have. I would try to just get off a third shot whenever I could, just because of how gusty it would become. So I don't suspect that I need to do much with this. I think if anything, I may just take that LRX down another 20 thousandths. So make it 40 thousandths from the lands total. I might just do that and give it a little bit more jump. And then we'll see how it groups from there. But I mean, the first 2 shots, that's cold bore, right? And there was about, I would say that was about 5 minutes between each shot. And that's respectable for a hunting rifle. I would almost just stop there. But for the sake of proficiency, I'm gonna tailor this a little bit more, and I'm gonna see if I can get that below 1 MOA. I think my sweet spot would be, 0.85 to 0.95. If I can get it somewhere in there, I'm calling it a day. I'm done. Worst group, it wasn't worst group of the day. This was actually the best of the worst group. Hornady CX 130. Man, I gotta figure out what's going on with this. I'm almost suspecting I need to try a different powder. I'm thinking about maybe dabbling with some of that N555. Never used that brand before, but I've heard good things about it as it pertains to 6.5. I'm kind of curious on if I make a couple adjustments with this Hornady as well. Maybe if I try a different powder charge, or not. I'm sorry, different powder altogether, and then also with this, I think I may experiment with seeing it a little bit deeper. The Noslers, I think, obviously it's a tighter group. I mean, 2.082, much tighter than that. I mean, that's horrible. I mean, I haven't shot like that since I was 20. I'm probably not going to get this perfect anytime soon. Not that I want to get these two perfect. The whole basis of this series was, how close can I get? How close or how tight of a group can I get between the 3 bullets with a respectable velocity? Oh, and that's the other thing. My testing got kind of botched yesterday because my chronograph just was not reading. Out of, I think, a total of 18 rounds fired yesterday. I'll have to check my notepad. I think it was 18 total rounds fired through the gun. Only 2 velocities were registered, and one of them was from the Nosler E-Tip. I do not have a registered velocity from this. I do not have a registered velocity from this. The other registered velocity was from, I have 3 boxes of S&B, and I'm going to make it a habit of taking 1 box with me. Not that I want to shoot S&B, I could care less, but they are 140s, and oh man, the Howa loves shooting those S&Bs. All I did, first 2 shots of the day, I re-verified 0, and I literally had this type of result, re-verifying my 0 at 100 yards. So that S&B shoots fucking lights out. So I'm going to try to tailor this and get this closer to how that S&B shoots. And this is the problem with this video series, is the availability of copper bullets. Obviously, in order to get the weights right, if you're doing solid copper, you're going to have a much longer projectile. So, some of these are like, I think Some of these are like 1.3, 1.4 inches in length, getting close to that margin, like a solid inch and a quarter. They're long, maybe not an inch and a quarter, but I mean a solid inch, like 1.1 at least. That's long. I mean, these are long projectiles, and for that weight, I mean, look, a 120, 127 shooting pretty good. I mean, these are my heaviest one right here, 130s, and it's like, obviously 6.5 Creedmoor, that 140 grain projectiles, that's the sweet spot. So I know Cutting Edge makes 140s, but they list them as single feed, and this is a mountain rifle. Obviously, I want to be able to utilize the magazine and the quick feeding, right? If I have to do a follow-up shot. So unfortunately for me at this time, I'm not going to be able to go to 140s anytime soon. Not until somebody kind of comes out with a respectable 140 that you could actually magazine feed, which probably will never happen. And this is what's killing me right now with the super light. I should have just went with a fucking 308 because I would have so many more bullet options right now. I was just looking at the 6.5 Creedmoor just for that slight ballistic advantage over a 308, and I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for saying that, but I'm just going to say it. Yes, 6.5 Creedmoor ballistically has far more advantages than a 308 does. I'm just going to say it. Bite my head off. I don't give a shit. But what I find odd about these three groups is, this is why I suspect I may need to try a different powder for the Hornady, is you see how you're getting your spread vertically, whereas these two right here, your spread's more horizontally. So I think, and again, this is not scientific, this is just my opinion, I think with the Nosler E-Tip, that's a wide group, right? 2.08, that's a wide group. I think I can get this tightened down. I think I can just experiment. I think the powder charge, I'm not going to touch right now on either of the three. Because again, my chronograph was not registering. I just ordered an Athlon chronograph today. I will have it on Wednesday, and I'm probably going to take it to the range with me. I'm probably going to go back to the range this weekend because I really want to get this fucker dialed in before October. So hopefully I can get some good velocities registering with that thing, and it seems like less of a pain in the ass because I don't need to set it up on a tripod. I can literally keep it on the bench with me, which is kind of cool. But I definitely think with the Noslers, I'm on the right track. I think I can get that closed up. I don't think I'm going to touch the charges right now. I might just reload the same loads because I didn't fire everything that I've loaded out of that 10 each. I got like 4 left on this one, and I got like 6 left, or maybe 3 left on each of these. I got to check my box, but I might just reload all 10 apiece the same, except I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shorten this one. I'm going to go ahead and take it down another 20 thousandths. I was talking to a guy who said that according to Hornady, and I got to look into this, I don't know if it's true, but on their non-lead projectiles, they suggest starting at 70 thousandths off the lands. So I might get a little saucy with this one. I might go 40 deep for all of these, or I might even go a little bit more on the Hornady. I have a feeling, rather than with me experimenting with a different powder right now, because obviously, I got to go, for me to play around with a new powder, no reloading store near me is going to have that particular powder, and if they do, it's probably going to cost me fucking $70 for a pound. I'm not going to do that. So I usually get my gear on precisionreloading.com, and I usually do it when they have the free hazmat, but I may try the N555 just to see if I can, but honestly, I may not, because if I reload all these the same, and then I seat this another 20, I seat this another 20, and then this one I either seat another 20 to 30, because that could help me close this a little bit, give it a little bit more jump. I've heard that, a lot of these copper projectiles, they want to have a little bit more jump than your standard lead projectile. It's just the way, I guess just the way it hits the lands, or I honestly don't know. I guess it has to deal with expansion. You get better expansion on lead, obviously, right? Lead's more malleable. So, I think there is some sense in that, right? I think maybe if I give it a little bit more seating depth, I could probably close this up a little bit. And obviously, I'm not shooting off of like a lead sled or anything like that. I don't mess with that. I shoot off packs and bags, and I'll get the platform very stable, and I just wait when I'll sit there and I'll look at the target. Dude, I'll be there for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes in a shooting position, and then as soon as I feel that breeze completely die down, I probably another 10 to 15 seconds, and I'm exhaling and I execute. So you know, I'm sure there could be some error on my end here, but this is pretty much for the LRX. This is about what I had last year. I mean, this group may be a hair wider than it was last year, and that could be because of me. That could be because of the wind. I think I want to say last year I probably was right at around an inch, maybe just a hair over. But yeah, guys, I think that's what's on the docket for this week. I'm not gonna wait till the weekend. If I have time, I'll bust out some extra content. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, like I said, I'm gonna reload those 10 apiece, and you know, obviously the ones that I have still in the box, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw back on the press and seat them a little bit deeper. But and then I'll reload the difference same way that I did it on the videos and get my 10 apiece. And then when I hit the range this weekend, my plan is to basically do this all over again. And hopefully I'll have more time at the range to the point where I can do my 3 rounds of 3. So basically my plan is, you know, this all has to be cold bore. I mean, that barrel's like less than a half an inch. It's so thin. It gets hot really fast. But the great thing about it is it gets cool really fast, which is bitchin'. It's not like a bull barrel where you got to wait a long ass time. So what I might do is, you know, shoot one, wait 5 minutes. Shoot another, wait 5 minutes. Shoot another, wait 5 minutes. Or maybe wait 10 minutes and let it cool like a lot better. Then go to the Nosler. Same thing. Shoot one, wait 5. Shoot one, wait 5. Shoot one, wait 10. And then go to the Hornady. And, you know, do that. And then, I don't know, that'll probably take an hour, right? I mean, something like that. Probably take about an hour, 45 to an hour. So when they call the ceasefire, I'll go out, I'll pull that target, I'll put 3 more up, and then I'll do the same thing, do the same thing, do the same thing. And then basically compare my results. I mean, each group's not going to be perfect. You know what I mean? I got to account for my errors. I got to account for the elements. I got to account for my errors. So that's why I want to do 3 rounds of 3. I want to give every bullet a fair shake because, you know, it's hard to gauge it with just this one target alone. But I mean, you look at how wide that group is, and you look at how wide that group is, and then you look at how much tighter this one is. And this is just the first phase of my loading. I mean, to me, the Barnes is already the clear winner. But I'm going to see what I can do with these other 2. But yeah, guys, so far for me, it's looking like the Barnes. But we'll see what I can do with all 3. Maybe I can tighten these up a little bit. Who knows? But yeah, guys, stay tuned. I'm probably going to get into a second phase of the 6.5 Creedmoor California load development video, non-lead. See ya.